Hello, my name is Arend van Kampen. I am a cybernetician and a systems theorist. Cybernetics, the science of governance and control, is based upon the word from Greek Kubernetes. Kubernetes means helmsman, is the one who steers, navigates the ship. For a ship to reach the other side of the ocean, it needs information. Information about how deep the water is, the tide, the wind, the draft of the vessel, and so on. Now, to control organizations, steering organizations, we need the same principle. So we need information to control and govern organizations. Understanding systems theory, we can use this as a symbol to see that and show you that everything is in fact interconnected. When I touch this place here, it will also automatically react with that place. This is the symbol of life. Everything is interconnected, interdependent. We cannot see people such as ourselves outside of this global reality. This is the course of a ship. It goes like this. Always adjusting to the information about water, wind and tide. This is the course, this is the boundary of safety. Also called the boundary of functionality. It needs to stay within the allowed course to reach the other destination. The same applies for organizations, for any system, because everything is interdependent and interconnected. In order to sustain itself, it needs to stay within these boundaries. Your organization needs also to stay within these boundaries of functionality, boundaries of safety, boundaries of security, in order to stay on course and also to stay alive. Because if we're going beyond those boundaries, which means that we are not able to correct course anymore, therefore we won't reach our destination. This is cybernetics. Now, what happens when information about going beyond those borders or of functionality are ignored? Obviously, the vessel will either sink or hit some rock under the water and will therefore not reach the destination. Living systems, organizations, are, according to Nicholas Luhmann, social systems of communication. That means that the cohesion of the social system can only be maintained by communication, exchange of information. This relates to systems theory. Systems theory, everything is interdependent and interconnected, is also possible only by cognition, which is the exchange of information. So in order to stay alive, an organization, an organism, is the same, needs to communicate, needs to exchange information with everything else, with the environment, everything. Organizations or political ideologies have goals, purposes, but those purposes do not always allow all information to be considered, because contradictive information, information which do not confirm purpose, are ignored. An example: Syria conflict. the information that, for example, social cohesion in Syria is disturbed, the environment is ignored, and human and non-human life do not seem to matter, that information is ignored. Therefore, the Syrian conflict, the information about that goes beyond the boundaries of functionality. These impacts on these three basic necessities for survival is ignored. Therefore, the Syrian conflict cannot be controlled. Cybernetics confirms this. The conclusion of governance and control: every system, a living system, organization, politics, industries, financial, economic system, they need to stay within these boundaries in order to be sustained. To sustain themselves, they need to operate within reality. The boundaries I call are limits of reality, which I named realiteit. Realiteit, it's a Dutch word. Limits of reality. Everything that goes beyond those limits is regarded as a dead system, a dead organization which will not be able to sustain themselves because they stop communication as the information is not allowed, not wanted. So, realiteit is a concept we need to implement, apply to all the organizations we build. We have to look at, for example, politics. We have to look at how we produce products that may harm environment, or political parties that disrupt social cohesion.